Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Oh, that's not grade 8, that's grade 7. I will edit the name. aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the we're going to start with the chapter operations with integers. The lessons we are going to cover today are integer addition and subtraction rules, add and subtract integers, complete addition and subtraction addition with integers, add and subtract integers word problem. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let me try to edit the name. Grade 7 math, the chapter we are on right now is operation with integers. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is integer addition and subtraction rule. That is grade 7 math, the chapter that the session name is grade 8 math. That's a mistake. I will add it the name in a while, right? Okay. The first example is the lesson is integer addition and subtraction rules, right? So these are the rules that we apply when we're adding or subtracting the integers, right? Is 43 plus negative 1 positive or negative? So when you add a positive number and a negative number, if the positive number has a bigger magnitude, the result is positive. And if the negative number is has a bigger magnitude, the result is negative. So 43 is a bigger number that has a positive sign. So that means answer must be positive, right? You have to subtract 43 minus 1 equals 42. That would be positive. Is 5 minus 2 positive or negative? Just look at the greater number. 5 is greater. 5 has a positive sign, right? So that means the answer must be positive. Option number 1 is the correct option. 2 plus negative 6, positive or negative? Here we have negative 6, right? 6 is a greater number that has a negative sign. That means answer must be negative. Wait, is negative 69 minus negative 5 positive or negative? So 69 is a greater number, right? The greater number has a negative magnitude, so the answer must be negative. Plus 4, positive or negative? Is 6 plus 4 positive or negative? Positive it is, right? Negative 93, positive or negative? You just have to look at the sign of the greater number. If it is positive, answer is positive. If it is negative, the answer is negative. Negative it is, right? Because 95 is a greater number that has a negative sign. Answer must be negative. Just look at the sign of the greater number. Session period. Is negative 1 minus 2 positive or negative? Is negative. Very good. The answer is negative. Can you please check the session name now? Minus negative 8. Positive or negative? Negative it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Oh, you're subtracting, not adding, right? 4 minus negative 8. You are subtracting. So that is not the negative, that must be positive. Why? Because subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. So that's why it is positive. Negative 1 plus 27. Is negative 1 plus 2 positive? It is option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, is 3 plus negative 7 positive or negative? Negative it is. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to the next lesson. Okay, add and subtract integers. Now we're going to learn how do we add or subtract integers. The first example is -2 minus -4. So, hold on. Okay, so -2 minus -4. Just look at this negative sign, right? That means you're subtracting a negative integer, right? So subtracting a negative integer is same as adding a positive integer, right? You can replace this sign when we have two negative signs. That means you're subtracting a negative number that is same as adding. So you can write it as -2 plus 4, right? So -2 plus 4, you can rewrite that as 4 plus -2. And adding a negative integer means you are subtracting. Adding a negative integer means you have to subtract 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 equals 2. So the correct option is 2. Let's just start with the test questions. -4 plus 3. So you are adding two numbers. 4 is a greater number with negative sign. That means answer must be negative. And you have to subtract -4 plus 3, right? So -4 plus 3 is -1. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is -1. -4 plus -5. You are adding two negative integers. So adding two negative integer means their answer must be negative because the greater number has a negative sign and you have to add them. So -5 and -4 equals -4 and -5 equals -9. Option number 1 is the correct option. Two minus 3, which is the correct option. Which option is the correct one? 1 or 2? That is -1, right? Because the greater number has a negative sign, you have to subtract and the answer must be negative. Yes, you can ask question if you have any. You can write down the question or the confusion. 2 minus -2. So we are subtracting a negative integer, right? So subtracting the negative integer is same as adding. Subtracting a negative number is same as adding. So you have to do 2 plus 2 and 2 plus 2 is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. You need help with you need help on different lesson. -5 and -3. Both the numbers have a negative sign. Answer must be negative, and you need to add them. That is -8. Option number 1 is the correct option. -2 minus -4. Look at these two negative signs. That means subtracting a negative integer. Subtracting a negative integer is same as adding, that is -2 plus 4. Or you can write it as 4 minus 2. Just write the other way. 4 minus 2 is 2. We'll do the question at the end of the session, right? The same question. Or you can click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Just wait until the end of the session. We'll do the question on the board, right? 2 plus -5. Adding a negative integer is same as subtracting. 2 minus 5 is -3. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is -3. 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, let's just first do your question, right? Your question is, if Jim works for 4 hours and earn $32, how long will he need to work to earn $40? So you just have to form a proportion, right? He worked 4 hours and earned $32. You need to find how long he have to work to earn $40, right? Just cross multiplication and solve the equation for x. That is x times 32 equals 4 times 40. So x equals 4 times 40 divided by 32. Divide both sides by 32, right? So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 8 is 32, and 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 5 is 30. If you don't know, you can simply use the calculator, or you can multiply 4 times 40 divided by the 32, so x equals 5. 4 times 40 is 160. So 160 divided by 32 equals 5. So that means you have to work 5 hours to earn $40. Got it? Can you hear? Any question you can ask? Hello, you there? Okay, the next lesson is complete addition and subtraction equations with integers. Type the integer that can make the subtraction sentence true. 3 minus the missing number equals 8. Let's start with the test question. Type the integers that can make the subtraction sentence true. Missing number minus -6 equals -1. So you need to find the missing number. You are given two options, -7 and 7. Check them one by one. Start with the first one, -7 minus -6. Subtracting a negative integer is same as adding, and the greater number has a negative sign. You have to subtract. -1 equals -1. So both sides are exactly equal. That means option number 1 is the option number 1 is the correct option. That is -7. You can contact. Click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. I have a back-to-back sessions until 9. So for the test, you can contact tutors through the live chat button. I will tell you where is live chat button and how do you have to contact. Type the integer that makes the following addition sentence true. So which is the correct option? Start with the first option. Adding, adding a negative integer is same as subtracting. Adding a negative integer is same as subtracting. 1 minus 1 is 0. So both sides are exactly equal. That means option number 1 is the correct option. Type the integer that makes the following addition sentence true. The missing number plus 4 equals 13. We have two numbers. Start with the first one. 10 plus 1 is 4 is 14. 14 is not equal to 13. So option number 1 is not the correct option. Check with the second option. That is 13 is equal to 13. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. Type the integer that makes the following addition sentence true. Negative 9 minus the missing number is negative 12. Which number is it? That is negative 9 plus negative 3 equals negative 12. Negative 8 minus 3 equals negative 11. Type the integer that makes the following subtraction sentence true. That is 3 minus negative 5 is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Type the integer that makes the following addition sentence true. Negative 3 plus missing number equals 2. Which number is missing? Negative 3 plus 5 equals 2. Missing number minus 6 equals 1. Which number is missing? That is 7 minus 6 equals 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. 7 it is. Negative 2 plus negative 8 equals negative 10. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself maybe today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. Add and subtract integers, word problems. Let's just start with the test questions. The leaderboard at the Belmont Golf Tournament shows that race course was -1 on Saturday and -5 on Sunday. How many more strokes did race take on Saturday than on Sunday? How much more strokes did race takes on Saturday than on Sunday? -1 plus -5. How much more? So you have to subtract -5 minus -1. Hold on. The leaderboard at the Pilgrim Golf Tournament shows the race score was -1 on Saturday and -5 on Sunday. How much more stroke did race take on Saturday than on Sunday? So you have to do -1 minus -5. -1 plus 5 and 5 minus 1 is 4. That means on Sunday, he took 4 more strokes than on Saturday. So option number 3 is the correct option. The leaderboard at Manchester Golf Tournament shows that Kira's score is 6 and Neela's score is 3. How many more strokes did Kayla take than Neela? You have to see how much more Kayla took than Neela. So you have to subtract. That is 6 minus 3 and 6 minus 3 equals option number 1 is the correct option. That is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. While reviewing last month finances, Oscar noticed that he had spent $100 on a bookcase and deposited $400 that he had earned from selling books to a used bookstore. Which integer represents the change in Oscar's savings? Okay, he had spent $100 on a bookcase and deposited, spent, that is $100 spent, so that's why that is negative, and deposited 400. So 400 minus 3, 400 minus 100 equals, that is 300. Option number 1 is the correct option. Last week, Vicky deposited a $600 check from her restaurant job and spent 600 on a swing set. Which integer represents the change in how much money Vicky had? Deposited 600. So 600 would be positive and spent $600. So 600 minus 600 is $0. That means Vicky had left $0. Option number three is the correct option. The correct option is zero. Ali deposited $100 she made from helping out with chores. At Ali's bank account started out with a balance of 800. Which integer represents the final balance? That is 900. Option number three is the correct option. In a trivia competition, Sam had a score of negative 900 points. Then, then he answered a few questions from the news category and ended up with a grand total of negative 100 points. What did Sam score on the new questions? Negative 900 plus 100. That is negative 800. Option number three is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we're working on is operation with integers. King, you can see this button. That is a live chat button. Just click on the button, follow the steps. Tutors are available there to help you, okay? Just contact the tutor, they will help you with the lesson you need help. Integer addition and subtraction rules. Add and subtract integers. Complete addition and subtraction equations with integers. Add and subtract integers word problems. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask questions if you have any. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.